So this year in primary, we're going to be learning about the Doctrine and Covenants and church history. So the Doctrine and Covenants is right here. See, you have the Holy Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. And the Doctrine and Covenants is about, it's some revelations that were given to Joseph Smith and other early church members when they had questions. Well, Joseph Smith, we're going to learn about a time when he had a really important question that he wanted to have an answer to. Because when he was 14 years old, there was a lot of what he said commotion. It means there was a lot of stuff going around, okay? There were lots of people from different churches, and they would all say, "You need to join our church or you're a bad guy." And he's like, "I'm not a bad guy. I'm okay." He thought, "I know I need to find the right church." But he was very worried about finding God's church, because the people would go to church on Sunday, but then they weren't really good people the rest of the week, and that really bothered him. And he thought, well, we should be, if we're going to say we follow Jesus, we need to actually follow Jesus and act like he acted. Like if you read the Bible, you can find out what Jesus was like. And Joseph read the Bible, and he would go to these church meetings, and he just didn't feel good about it. So he searched and he pondered and he prayed. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's read about it. He says in Joseph Smith History 1, verse 10, he says, "In the midst of this war of words and tumult of opinions, I often said to myself, what is to be done? Which of all these parties are right? Or are they all wrong together? If any one of them be right, which is it? And how shall I know it?" While I was laboring under the extreme difficulties caused by the contests of these parties of religionists, I was one day reading in the Epistle of James, 1st chapter and 5th verse, which reads, "If any of ye lack wisdom, let him ask of God, which giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him." Joseph said, "Never did any passage of Scripture come with more power to the heart of man than this did at this time to mine. It seemed to enter with great force into every feeling of my heart. I reflected on it again and again, knowing that if any person needed wisdom from God, I did, for how to act I did not know. And unless I could get more wisdom than I then had, I would never know. For the teachers of religion of the different sects understood the same passages of Scripture, passages of Scripture so differently as to destroy all confidence in settling the question by an appeal to the Bible. At length I came to the conclusion that I must either remain in darkness and confusion, or else I must do as James directs, that is, ask of God. I at length came to the determination to ask of God, concluding that if he gave wisdom to them that lacked wisdom, and would give liberally and not upbraid, I might venture. So, in accordance with this and my determination to ask of God, I retired to the woods to make the attempt." Now, we're going to actually sing a story. Sing about when Joseph Smith went to that grove of trees to pray. Okay? Can your hands follow my hands? Lovely. Lovely. Morning. Morning. Radiant beams. Draw the sun up in the sky and let it shine down on you. Oh, it feels so warm on my head. Radiant beams. Then bees is next. So act like the bee stung you here in the corner of your mouth and swat it away. Bees. Birds. See, it's like the beak is part of your mouth. Birds. Music is going to be, you'll kind of bend your arm like this a little bit, okay? And then you're going to lead the music on your arm. Music, ringing, grove. It's a bunch of trees. So you just, these are your trees. Your hands are like trees. Grove. You're showing a bunch of trees. Within the shady woodlands. Woodland is trees. So within, you're gonna like take your hand here, make like a C, so you have a place to put your other hand to put it in. You're showing that something's going in. When within the shady, like you're covering your face, because it's trying to give yourself some shade. Shady, woodland, and then Joseph. We're not going to spell out the name Joseph. We're just going to do a J with your pinky finger. Put your pinky up and then just draw a J. And then sought. Joseph sought, meaning he like was really asking a lot. Sought. The God. And then you probably know love. Okay? Let's see. I'd probably do it better if I just sing it. The words, sing the song with the signs. Oh, how lovely was the morning, radiant beamed the sun above. Oh, above. It's above something. So let's start over. Oh, how lovely was the morning, radiant beamed the sun above. Bees were humming, sweet birds singing, music ringing through the grove. Remember our trees? When within the shady trees again, woodland, Joseph sought the God, just point up to heaven, God of love. When within the shady woodland, Joseph sought the God of love. Oh, try that again. Try it one more time, okay? Oh, how lovely was the morning. Oops. Morning. Radiant beamed the sun above. Bees were humming, sweet birds singing, music ringing through the grove. When within the shady woodland, Joseph sought the God of love. When within the shady woodland, Joseph sought the God of love. Boys and girls, I know that you can seek the God of love too. Just have to pray and ask him your questions and he'll answer you. Let's do this one more time. And I want you to think about the picture we're creating in our mind when we sing this song. It's a story. It's telling you about what happened when Joseph went to the woods to pray. Oh, how lovely was the morning, radiant beamed the sun above. Bees were humming, sweet birds singing, music ringing through the grove. When within the shady woodland, Joseph sought the God of love. When within the shady woodland, Joseph sought the God of love. Thank you for singing with me, boys and girls. I hope you have a great week. I love you all.